Well, the icon says that I'm live streaming. They thought I'd never be back. It's been maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I'm not even sure how long it's been. Got a new job. It's been taking up a ton of time. I had some back issues. That's why I'm sitting with very particular posture right now. And it's just been very busy. I'm OG Geo, by the way. My friends call me Geo. I miss streaming. I miss playing games with folks, chatting, having a good time. It was always the community that I liked. I used some Bitcoin money to build myself a dream PC. So I've got a Threadripper 1950X with the 1080 Ti. I'm hoping that I can stream at the quality that I always wanted to. So I'll be interested for your feedback about the stream quality. Wow, K. Littler, my maybe original, oldest, best streaming pal. How are you? Been too long. You've probably graduated from college now. I'm launching Discord. I forgot to even bring that up, but I do also have a Discord channel. And so in addition to the text chat, I get in the voice chat. I always like to chat with people while I'm playing a game, have them join a game. Games with viewers are always way more fun. Of course, everybody always used to give me a lot of advice because I'm not good at games. I enjoy them, but I'm not good at them. So that's that. K. Littler, talk to me. What have you been doing? I'm going to fire up Ashes of the Singularity campaign. Quality's good? Okay, good. My lighting's not great. At some point, I'll work on that. But I'm pushing 6,000 bitrate of 6,000. So I've got gigabit internet now, which is cool. And I have the Threadripper, so I can certainly process the bits and the bytes and the 1080 Ti. And actually, I think I can play Ashes in pretty good quality. So I'm doing something super OCD that I've always wanted to do, which is I'm going to play through my games catalog. Now, the rules are not like set in stone. I'm not going to play the games that I really don't enjoy. That's just silly. But I've got a pretty long list. In fact, I can show you the list of games here while that's loading up. So this is my Operation OCD list. And some of them have a campaign. So like Ashes, I'll play through the campaign. Assassin's Creed, I'll play through the campaign. When I get to something like Battlerite, I'll just log some hours, maybe play like 40 hours on the game, get a feel for it. Nothing hard and fast, but
in which humans have become.
Basically, I've got a huge games catalog that's just been sitting here, and I've got stuff like XCOM. Excellent games that it's just sitting there. I've played it maybe 2-3 hours and then didn't do anything with it. Let's turn the volume down a little bit here. Let me know how's the audio levels if you don't mind, K. Littler. I'd appreciate it. So what I'm going to start out by doing, and this probably isn't too thrilling the first couple, but I'm going to play through the campaign first for Ashes of the Singularity. So
the Singularity.
I'll let this
an inflection
go
point
here.
In human
I'll
evolution.
be quiet for a minute.
A release from all
for
known
anyone
bounds,
interested.
casting humanity free of every prior limitation of mind and body. Humanity's technological capabilities expanded at exponential speeds. Humans learned to rewrite their biology, redefine their limitations, then eliminate them entirely. Their minds transcendent. They were no longer as the universe made them, but what they chose to be. No longer human, but something different, something greater. We are what came after. We are new. We are post-human, and the infinite expanse calls to us. We move among the stars, converting dead worlds into terrenium, the computational matter on which we exist. As we forge it, our reach extends. Our culture grows. Now something is resisting us. In the distant reaches of known space, post-humans are being corrupted, turned into something else. I don't think we can hold them off much longer.
We need to initiate another entity.
You sure that's needed? There's not enough bandwidth to transfer a veteran here.
I know. We're going to have to bring a neophyte.
Whoops. Stream fail.
I think that's a good idea.
The splinters are going to overrun us if we don't. We have no other choice.
I need you to listen carefully. None of this is going to make much sense right now, but you have to start moving quickly. You are now connected to a single construct, a scout vehicle below you. If this construct is destroyed, you will lose your connection to this world and fail the mission. Something has taken control of our nexus on this planet. We need you to take your scout and get it within sensor range so that we can target it with a bombing run. Why don't you test out the recon unit? Left-click to select it. Move it to the indicated area by right-clicking.
Okay, so slight stream fail there. So you're saying the game is quiet on your end because it's really loud on mine.
Be functional. Notice the red radar ping to the northwest. That red blotch means that enemy units are present. Your sensors can't tell you exactly what is present. You'll only have a general idea of what's there. For now, it's probably best to avoid radar contacts like this. Try to go north as much as you can.
So Ashes of the Singularity was a game that came out. It was a huge deal because it was the first game that was going to take advantage of CPU, multi-core CPUs, to give you a better gaming experience in games that, you know,
Try it. You can move the map display
definitely
by holding
benefit
down the
from
right
horsepower.
mouse button and dragging. Zoom the camera in and out with the mouse wheel.
You're gonna need to just run through this contact ahead. It's blocking the only way to your target. The Hermes construct is very fast, so you should have no problem outrunning it.
So when you get 32-core CPU and a 1080 Ti, this is a game that should legitimately benefit from those things and give a better experience. And hopefully it shows up on this stream.
By now, you're probably wondering who I am. Hell, you might even be wondering who you are. The person you were before today is gone. Now, you are what we call a post-human. That's how you're able to see this alien world all the way from Earth. Except you're not just on Earth anymore. A tiny piece of you is here, connected to that construct you're controlling this very moment. Today is the first day of your new life, and you may be instrumental in saving the human race. No pressure. You must be getting near the hijacked nexus. Its fabricator, a giant orbital satellite, is still under our control. I'm going to transfer down an Artemis. Stand by. The Artemis is an artillery unit. It can attack targets it can't see as long as they're detected by your sensors. Now, use your scout to detect the enemies to your west, and use the Artemis to destroy them.
Looks like my chat isn't showing up. Let's fix that before we go any further. Yeah, I done broke my chat. It's been a while, man. All right, how's that? And hopefully that applied everywhere. All right, the rest I'll clean up later. So, as I was saying, now we got the chat showing, I think, right? Oh, you know what it is? It's not persistent, is it? It's fading out. I think it doesn't stay up, so after a few seconds it gets hidden, I think. All right, so the heck are we supposed to do here? Call down hell. Let's do that. So they had the original version of this
Bombers
game.
are now locked onto the hack nexus. Stand by and enjoy the show.
They had an original version of this game that was kind of people were pretty upset with it out of the gate.
The neophytes destroyed the Splinter's nexus.
Excellent. We can...
Something's not right.
I can't feel my mind. I can't feel my mind.
Valen? Valen!
And there goes Eddie Handvalen. So when the first version, they keep
we
talking.
have no idea how or why. Whatever did this must also be behind the splinters. They're what remain of post-humans that have been transformed into something else. Drones of some sort, mindless and beholden to a foe we know nothing about. We must discover who this enemy is and how they are corrupting even the mightiest among us.
I see I have another viewer on Twitch. Thank you for watching. Now I have to figure out how to see who my viewers are these days. It's been too long. All right, well, this is a terrible video. Yeah, man, I am pretty rusty. How do I know I used to be able to see this. How do you tell on Twitch who's watching so you can thank them, for heaven's sake? Ay, ay, ay. I just want to see who's watching. Yeah, that's what's funny about it. You can see the views list and I can't. All right. Well, person whose name I don't know right now, thank you for watching. I am grateful. And I will get my crap together one of these days. So they came out with an early version of this game. Not an early. They came out with a version of this game right around the time that AMD was launching their new Vulkan-based DX12. When Windows came out with DX12, they launched this game and they said, now we're going to take advantage of CPU, and it's going to make the game run better. We're going to use all the horsepower you have. But the game itself, people felt like it was way too simplistic. It just didn't, for RTS players, it didn't challenge them enough. They felt like it was just sort of base building, send your people out, and that's it. So they came out with a new version, which I can't even remember the name of. That's what I'm playing. And they actually took a vote and sunset the original version, and they decided, Starduck's a pretty small studio, they just decided to support only this version. So actually, I preferred the original because you didn't have to be as smart or as good to play the original.
Experience is actually an advantage. Old salts like me require a great deal of logistics in order to get to a new star system. Because you don't even have a nexus yet, we can insert you onto nearly any planet within our range. The planet Rigel will act as your base of operations in this sector of the Orion constellation. You've brought the Hermes you had on Kepler here. This time, you'll have additional forces. This will be a good opportunity for you to get used to controlling multiple units once. As before, your link to this world's through your Hermes scout. Do not let it be destroyed. You're doing well. Soon you'll see the main force of Guardians. Our Haley AI designed these Guardians once it became clear that some people weren't willing to wait their turn for a planet of their own to colonize. As a result, we've had to begin arming our constructs. Most people don't have access to military hardware like you currently possess, so the Guardians are generally sufficient to ward off overly enthusiastic colonizers. Here, you have 2 brutes and an archer. The archer's very fragile, but fires a Toxoid rocket that does a lot of damage. The brutes do very little damage, but they're fairly tough and can protect your archer in combat. Now that you have a small force, take him south.
South still down.
Here are a couple of wandering
Yeah,
Guardian
Mac
constructs.
talks a whole
Try to
lot.
take him out without losing forces.
So is the audio still low? Okay. I hate to make everybody sit through all those audio cues, but I figure some people might actually appreciate. There's a bit of story to the campaign. People might find it interesting. They might want to know how to play the game, and they can learn a little bit.
Protect your archer.
So notice that the forces, the brutes are in front, the archers in the back. So I clicked V when I selected all those units, and that forms an army. What that means is these units are aware of each other, and they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So they'll naturally put the brutes in the front to absorb damage, and they'll leave the archer, which is weaker but packs more of a punch, at the back where it's more protected. So that's where the AI comes into play. And then, you know, they talk about the lighting effects. It's hard to demonstrate that in these early missions, but you see, I mean, you can have in this game hundreds, maybe thousands of units on screen at once.
Congratulations! You now have a foothold on this world. This position on Rigel 3 will allow us to build you a full-blown nexus on the relatively nearby planet of Cygnus 4.
Well, there you go.
Order. Mac, you and Valen were the primary sponsors for the Post-Human Coalition. We are all grateful for your contributions. However, with Valen missing, we are concerned about the future of this endeavor.
I understand. Haley believes that a third-party force injected itself into his mind and essentially consumed him.
I believe I have detected a post-singularity entity that is far
Yeah.
more powerful than we are.
StarCraft
We
times
are
10.
vulnerable. I recommend we do not ascend any more humans.
I agree with Haley. This Flowers for Algernon program is fundamentally flawed. There are 117 of us today, and 8 billion humans on Earth who have as much in common with us as they do with mice.
The only way we can safely expand outside the Orion arm is to severely limit the number of beings with access to Terinium.
That isn't the only way. That assumes that one powerful mind is greater than a billion human minds.
There are 8 billion human minds right now. How's that working out?
Those minds are still limited by their biology. Once they become post-humans, they'll be powerful allies.
Really? Like the neophyte who took out Valen on Kepler 3?
Precisely.
Count me out. I'm not going to put my faith in the hands of barely sentient beings.
Okay. My goodness. All right. Thank you. I see someone else has joined, so just playing through the campaign here. It's going to get warmed up and get a little bit better in a minute. A little more interesting as we go along.
With the loss of Valen, we now believe there's something behind these splinters. The good news is that the rogue nexus on this world doesn't appear to be trying to take over the rest of the planet. The bad news is that we don't have any substantial forces to take the nexus out. You're gonna have to roll up your virtual sleeves and build one.
This unit is an engineer. It constructs the buildings you need to conquer this world. The primary resource it uses is metal. Metal is acquired by controlling regions with metal deposits in them. Right now, you have 2 metal deposits which are producing a small amount of metal, but you're going to need more. Use your engineer to build extractors on the metal deposits near your nexus. This will vastly increase your metal production. Hold Shift to queue multiple build orders.
No, I didn't think, Kay, I didn't think anybody actually read that stuff. My rig section on Twitch is not at all up to date. I'll show you. I built my dream PC here. We're gonna lose the green screen, but bear with. See if I can show it to you here. So that's an H700i with a
you can now build additional engineers at your
orange
nexus.
and purple color
to
scheme
build
like
an
my
engineer.
stream. 1080 Ti. We've got 4 sticks of Trident RGB RAM, Kraken, I don't know, 67, 76, whatever it is, and one of those ROG Zenith Extreme motherboards with, I don't know if you can see, like it's got an LCD there. So yeah, I blew a bunch of cash on that thing. Yeah, I left the caution tempered glass sticker on there because I thought it was kind of cool, and it's actually purple like my stream. So, all right, what am I supposed to be doing? Well, I'm goofing off. Build an engineer. Don't have an army, but I'm supposed to build an engineer. So no, I have to. I've got to update the page with the new equipment. You are like the king of emoji, man. You can find any symbol you want to.
Now use your engineers to build a factory. Engineers can assist each other to build things faster. Factories can be built almost anywhere. For now, build a factory in the highlighted area.
Yes, you can use multiple workers to build faster. You can also boost output of your units with workers. So when you start producing units from the factory, you can leave the engineers there, and they will help you produce units faster.
Now that you have a factory, you can build frigates. Select a factory and build a brute squad. Your economy is a streaming economy. Your income is reduced with every active construction project.
So if you see
you're
that,
consuming resources at a higher rate than your income, your storage of that resource will decrease over time. When your stockpiles are gone, production slows down as your engineers and factories utilize your resources as they come in. Now that you're producing some units, you can start expanding. A power generator lies to the north of your nexus. These indestructible buildings are extremely important. Capturing that generator adds its deposits to your income, which can then be improved with extractors, as you've already done. Unclaimed generators attract rogue units. You have to clear out these splinters before you can capture the region.
so I love the way this game handles resources. It's actually, oh, what have I done? I hate that when it circles them up. It's from Alt-tabbing that it puts those circles around the units. I love the way it handles resources. If you ever played Warhammer 40K, you get resources by controlling points and upgrading those points. And if you notice these little pathways here, those are links between the resource points. You'll see this on the map. If I have a resource point out here and I lose this point, I don't gain any resources from that other point. They have to all be linked back to my nexus in order for me to gain the... Oh, what the heck? I think I just lost my units here while I'm blobbing away. So you have to... She just well played me. Good job, right? So, K, it's in 1080, yes? 60 FPS? All right. Good deal. No lag, no stutter, no nothing, right? Yeah, the latency is because I'm using Restream. I've wrestled with that. The thing is, I have some people who watch me on YouTube, and I have some people who watch me on Twitch, and I really like to interact with people. So I know that I could just record and then post it on YouTube, but to me, the fun is actually communicating with people.
Ready, take out the rogue nexus we sent you here for. It'll likely have a reasonable force defending it. It may take several sorties to accomplish your goal. Units are expendable, so don't hesitate to throw waves at it.
So it's been a tough call for me.
You can form an army by selecting units and choosing Form Army
these guys
from the
keep
Actions
interrupting me.
menu. An army operates as a single entity, with each unit automatically supporting the others with minimal human intervention.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like Restream. I've got, 3 viewers right now, it looks like. Only 2 of them are actually on Twitch, so somebody else is giving me a look from somewhere else, and I like that. I want to meet people where they watch. But the latency. 10 seconds is pretty rough. That's, I think if you can get it down to 4 or 5 seconds, it's not a big deal. 10 seconds is tough. Alright, so I'm going to send these guys over. We'll dump all the army in one place and YOLO it. Yeah, I know you're right. I know you're right. 10 seconds is tough. I think that's also a setting in the Twitch settings, so I have to make sure that I have it set there to not introduce additional latency. Like I think that streamers who are competing do that, introduce latency so that people can't see what they're planning. Obviously, I don't have that issue.
We need more logistics.
The other thing too is I do have the voice chat, so if anybody really wants to interact, they can hop on the voice chat on Discord. I'll be there.
Enemy nexus has been destroyed.
Then you have no latency. Well, yeah, I guess you do. It just doesn't change the video latency. It's kind of dumb.
Terrenium generators initiate a chain reaction that transforms a planet's mass into terrenium. Post-humanity uses this material to increase our computational capacity and the reach of our culture. This is about more than just resources, Neophyte. It's about information. When we absorb a world, we become aware of everything that happens around it.
Okay, can't remember what I just did. I think we're up to this one.
We've lost contact with Carvel. I believe he's been consumed by the same entity that destroyed Valen. You're the closest post-human available to investigate. I need you to quickly build up and investigate what's happened here. I've hacked a spy satellite that should help us figure out what's going on here. Trying to get some info on your immediate surroundings now. My connection isn't perfect. I'll send you what data I can as soon as I get it.
They want me to build amplifiers.
Some of the power generators here seem to have some sort of semi-autonomous defenders. These constructs are of a technology I've never seen before.
All right, buddy. Let's build one of these big old factories. So these frigates are really early game units, and as soon as your enemy shows up with cruisers, they're darn near useless. And this new version of the game has some really advanced ways you can upgrade and start doing sneak attacks, and it gets really advanced. I like MOBA games. I thought some evenings when I'm not doing Operation OCD, if some people I know are on, I enjoy playing HOTS. I can't play League anymore. I can't play.
Looks like a giant.
Oh,
brain
that's so
whale?
good.
That is not post-human technology. This is your mission.
League of Legends, I
Destroy
can't
that
keep up with.
thing
There's
before
too
it
much
gets
going
to
on.
Nexus.
Smite's also very
Insert
difficult
an
for me to
incursion
keep
try and
keep
slow
up
him
with.
down.
Alright. So always form your army up. You'll notice I'm repositioning when you do that.
Well, that was embarrassing. My little combat force just got annihilated. You're gonna need increased logistics to command a force large enough to take it out. Order your engineer to build a quantum relay. This will generate the quanta you need to upgrade your logistics capacity.
Yeah, MOBAs are like a second job.
Ha! My hacked satellite's now giving you total radar coverage of this area. Keep an eye on that brain whale headed your way. These plateaus make excellent ambush points to park Artemis cruisers on. This one's pretty far off, though. If you don't already have Artemises ready to go, the brain whale will be long gone. I'll keep scanning, see if I can find another likely ambush spot. In any case, you'll need an armory to build cruisers. Your engineer can help you out with that.
All right. Thank you, engineer. Still don't do too well with the whole hot can thing.
When you have sufficient quanta, you can increase your logistics. To do that, you can click on the Add button next to your logistics display, or you can open the Quantum Upgrades button by clicking on the blue button in the Actions panel.
Quantum upgrade installed.
Sea of Thieves. Is that Assassin's Creed, or is it's actually just Sea of Thieves? Okay. What kind of a game is it? Is it what it sounds like a pirate game? And how involved is it with, is it more like an RPG, or is it a lot of the actual complications of sailing, or is it both? How have I not built metal extractors? Why is it still telling me to do that? Built them all over the dang map. Action adventure, huh?
This ambush site should be easier to beat the brain whale to. You do have an armory or two, right?
No. I don't. I just have an armory. Okay, so it sounds a little bit like Sid Meier's Pirates, maybe. Alright, sorry, I'm getting a little quiet. I'm trying to keep track of a few things here at once. Not my strong suit, multitasking. Which makes me not the ideal guy to play these real-time strategy games, but boy do I love them. I think I screwed up my rally point. Left some guys sitting here that I didn't want to leave sitting here. Look at them just chilling. And you build something, man. What are you doing here? Just relaxing? Checking out the weather? This is, if you haven't realized it yet, this is a slow-moving game. That is for sure. Everything unfolds slowly, and it's strange because you see the enemy moving slowly, and if you're not prepared for something they do, you think you can counter it, and then you realize that you're moving really slowly too. So that doesn't help that much.
Quantum upgrade installed.
Alright, let's see where I haven't put extractors down. And then it's all about the brain whale. And I like to increase radar range on a mission like this where they want me to pound somebody from a hill. Then I want radar range because it gives me like more time from up on the high point, taking advantage of that. And with this one, I'm just going to do all the Artemis. I'm going to go all for the artillery. And see how quickly I can get them there. Somehow I'm running out of metal, even with, I thought, all my points capped. Still short on metal. I'm going to put these guys, kind of sacrifice them up here just to slow down the advancing force of the enemy. I just want the enemy to stop and fight them while I'm pounding them from the ridge.
Quantum upgrade installed.
Rock, paper, scissors in slow motion is a nice way of putting it. See, there he is coming, and you know, I'm just sort of chilling on this ridge. Let's put the forces closer to the edge where they can do the damage.
We need more logistics.
Well, yeah, I probably don't have enough artillery here for what I need to do. Of course, they're shooting all the little guys instead of the
We need more logistics.
dreadnought. Come on, guys. So every time I have new units come in, I just select and hit V again to add them to the military, the unit, so that I said unit, so that they then kind of sharing that intelligence about what each unit should be doing and working together appropriately. Yeah, see those brutes? About 2.5 seconds, not even, that they lasted. So I should be fine. The shield's almost down. Yeah, I mean, this is a heavily nerfed unit. In a real match, that thing is a bear to take down. They don't do any damage to it. Like I said, it's just a distraction.
We need more logistics.
And that'll be the end of him.
Well done.
Don't even need to be a few. I mean, they are just brutal. Those dreadnoughts.
We still have no idea what that thing is. It was the size of one of our dreadnoughts, but different somehow. Almost alien in design.
Alright, let's do one more.
This planet was recently assigned to the post-human known as Gaethus. Now, like Valen, he's gone. 2 vultures, Ardix and Ventrix, have swooped in to try to illegally seize this world for themselves. You and I are the only ones close enough to deal with the situation. We'll need to find the Splinter, Ardix, and Ventrix, and eliminate them from this planet.
So if you notice, they've already given me a Sky Factory. So like most RTS campaigns, they kind of give you what they want you to do for a mission. So they're going to want me to crank out a bunch of air units in this one. In a real match, like against a human, you have something like a minute to cap these points before they start having creeps guard them. So you usually take your first engineer and send them out to capture some points. All right, guys, let's
Good work
get
on
her.
expanding. I've taken control of the satellites, so I can share more of my vision with you now.
Let's see if we can keep going here with this little force. Cap what's easy to cap. Get your metal extractors on it.
You're a fool, Mac.
Your experiment to get
Hey.
post-humans to work together is a failure.
Working together is the only path, Ven. It's the best way we can protect each other.
How'd that work out for Gathis, Mac? We're being picked off one by one. Even Valen is gone.
All the more reason to cooperate.
That time has passed. It's every man for himself now.
This is your warning, Mac. There's no need for us to fight. Disconnect now and we can all just forget this ever happened.
Boy, sure talking a lot of crap, those guys. All right. Got some planes going. This pan is meant to zip around and sort of give me some vision. Okay, more forces there now, so I'm going to beef up this crew. I did build an armory. What am I doing? I like all these units, so I don't have a lot of strategy there. I just queue them all up one at a time. What the hell did I just do? Hotkey fail. Alright, so we need metal and we need radioactive. And we need to take more territory. I'm kind of... My gosh, what am I doing, man? I keep burning through my orbitals like a dinkus. Alright, we also need to get somebody building quantum relays so that we can get, I mean, that's what powers all of your buffs, so you got to get those up early. Triangles are radioactive. I need those. Do a little hopscotch here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't form an army. See? So they behave like ninnies. Still behaving like ninnies. These guys are gonna get slaughtered. Alright, we're going to want to do an incursion. I thought to drop some units there. Alright, I have all this air power just sitting here. Let's go kill some stuff. And we need radioactive. So let's get radioactive. So my production is kind of ground to a halt because I'm supply capped. I'm not supply capped. I'm radioactive capped. Alright, you guys do something important. I thought I sent a bunch of units over there. Tell me they didn't get destroyed. My gosh, not doing too well. Alright, sometimes if you scroll way out, it's the easiest way to figure out what you've got. So why didn't I provide air support to my units there? Kind of dumb, right? And let's see, can we build dreadnoughts in this mission? Yeah, why not then? All right, Air Force. I'm gonna make some more engineers because I want to try and increase my production output. Guard this radioactive because that's going to be pretty important for all the higher tier units. And I'm staging in the wrong place actually because that's my my teammate Mac is blue, so that's a stupid place for me to be staging units. Although they can, yeah, see he holds that point too, so it's not like they're going to sneak up on me from there. So I really should be piling stuff over here, maybe. Looks like I have really wrecked myself for units.
We need more logistics.
Oh, I could give you more logistics.
Quantum upgrade installed. Insufficient radioactives.
That's not a problem. Okay, you need to step it up, and for some reason I just can't get my radioactive going enough. Probably because I have so much air power going right now.
We need more logistics.
How come we need more logistics?
Quantum upgrade installed.
I don't get it. I really have nothing for units. I mean, nothing. I've been struggling for resources the whole match, which means I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not really sure what it is. I've capped as much as I could find to cap so far. And I'm building extractors on it. Let's gather all this stuff together. And go take some stuff. More extractors. It makes more sense over there in this game. All right. So look at how short on metal I am. Oh, look right there. Right in front of me. Amplifiers increase the output of the extractors, either radioactive or metal, whichever is the resource they will increase the output. All right, let's get this done with. It's all over but the crying.
We need more logistics. Quantum upgrade installed.
All right, what am I not building? What else that I could be building? Our regulators, sorry. Okay, orbital nullifiers are great. So orbitals are your sort of special abilities that you can use to drop in incursion forces right in somebody's base, do really disruptive stuff, use radar, all kinds of things. So an orbital nullifier will it's kind of like block the signal in that area and give you a shield. And there's nothing else that I really want right now. So I think you get a little bit of a feel for the game and what gets going on as far as what they've done with the technology when you watch a battle like this. Lot of individual lighting effects. A lot of particle effects. I mean, my opinion, no doubt, like it's an absolutely beautiful game, I think. I'm losing my Air Force. Help those guys out, man. Oh, that's no good. Somebody's sneaking up and taking my radioactive, which I definitely can't afford to lose.
The enemy has captured a region.
Also, just notice there's a point right there that I never took. You guys aren't going to be able to take that. My goodness, not doing too well. In anticipation of victory. When you get a dreadnought at the center of a battle, it just really, it's, I don't know, man. It's like the difference between having, you know, a squadron of soldiers and a squadron of soldiers with a tank. It just changes the battle completely. I know it probably sounds obvious to say that, but just really different. And in fact, they can get buffs that will buff all the lesser units around them. Alright, I think we're in good shape there. Let's cap this that I left there stupidly uncapped. That's helping with my radioactive income a little bit. And you can see again now how long it took for my force to get to this base, and now I'm sending another force, and like how long it'll take them to get there. So many things that can happen during that time. I might as well take my aircraft that I'll have here and send them over to help out. I'm not sure if I'm going to let that dreadnought just die or if I'm going to back him out while I wait for the other forces that are crawling over there.
Dreadnought taking damage. Dreadnought reporting critical damage.
I guess I'm going to let him die.
Dreadnought lost.
And these forces are all the way here. So slow. Actually, let's send these guys over here. Keep trying to build up the resources. This guy could just start dropping these amplifiers every place. Those aircraft aren't doing much, but it's just puts a dent in things while you're waiting for your force to get there. Which is probably about here now. Halfway! Almost have another dreadnought out. And why not throw away some more aircraft? I mean, they're doing damage.
Dreadnought launch initiated.
Almost there. Come on, guys. Increase my radar.
Quantum upgrade installed. Quantum upgrade installed.
Maybe
Quantum
weapon
upgrade
damage and
installed.
health too. Why not?
Quantum upgrade installed.
Might not look like much, but I can tell you when I'm playing and the enemy does this to me and they've just got the planes sitting on my base, it is so frustrating. It's actually hard to focus and get anything done in that situation, I think. Oh, did I lose my other little guys? I did. Orange must have something over there. Let's join the aircraft up with the rest of the force. It's a well-balanced group there. Do the same here. And we'll take this guy out this time. This is a siege dreadnought, so he's made for this.
We need more.
Getting a
than just
little better on resources.
quantum upgrade installed.
A little bit better. Alright, so let's
An
see
job
where I
eliminating
can...
the
has been
splinter.
destroyed.
Hopefully, our old friend Gathus can now find peace.
Let's just put amplifiers up all over the place. Why not? I'm short on resources. That's a good way to get more, isn't it? Alright. So let's take this force and... Oh, my buddy Mac capped my points here. Lame. And it's all over but the crying now. But it'll take a while to finish it out. So this game actually appeals to me. There's a lot of people, you know, that would be incredibly frustrated by how slow moving this game can be. I love the slow march to victory. It actually really appeals to me. I can just sort of sit and watch everything unfold. Now what I should be doing is building orbital command centers so that I have, you know, ganking and all kinds of creative stuff, but I just sort of like to watch everything play out. We should be able to join my two armies pretty closely together, attacking that that orange base. And then we'll take magenta out. So I might take magenta before orange. I don't know. Really, really strapped on radioactive. Need those amplifiers. Just zipped right by a point that came open.
We need more logistics. Quantum upgrade installed.
All right. Everything's starting to come together now. You can see the difference in my resources as I'm dropping those amplifiers. It's helping quite a bit. So I'm going to look on the map for where else I have radioactive that is not amplified. And I'm going to amplify it. Alright. There's one. There's another. And there's another. Now, do I really need to be doing that at this point? No, the game's pretty well over, but why not? Let's join these armies together. And let's move on Arctics. Take him out, that little bugger.
Dreadnought launch initiated.
Now notice that as my radioactive deficit drops, then I increase my deficit in metal because I'm able to produce faster, right? Because now I have the radioactive. So actually getting more radioactive then, you know, means that I need more metal. Makes sense. Now I could split these guys and go different directions. I generally like to, when I'm attacking a Nexus, I like to keep everybody together because it can be pretty tough to take out a Nexus. This is a campaign match, so it's not awful, but they're really stout in like a player versus player match. Notice that when I'm selecting a whole bunch of units, it does not include the workers in the selection, which I absolutely love. I think it's great.
We need more logistics.
And you shall have more logistics.
Quantum upgrade installed.
See why you need all those quantum relays? I mean, you get pretty starved. And now you start to get a feel for, like I said, the volume of units in the game. Compared to some other games, there's something. Look at all that going on. And this is still pretty small time. I'm not going to bother to take this out because when I take the base out, it's going to be gone anyway. This is where, like I said, I like to do this radar range upgrades
Installed. Quantum upgrade installed.
so that I get more out of my siege. There's a lot going on. You see, it's not cake even when it looks like I had a pretty stout force, but you don't just waltz through. The units get upgrades as they are effective in combat. I'm just going to use it to heal him. I like the assault drones on this guy. It sends out drones that are attacking while he's firing. It's pretty cool stuff.
Dreadnought taking damage.
Dreadnought's taking a lot of damage. I try and get him out, but it's probably too late. What are these guys doing?
Power capacity increased. Dreadnought upgrades available.
Let's heal him. Self-healing hull I like. Now he's back in the back where he's supposed to be.
Dreadnought launch initiated.
So I actually don't think that I can beat him from here. I just realized. So that's not great. I think I gotta go around. Or can I? Oh, I can. Oop. That does so much damage. That siege guy does so much damage. That's why I didn't want him to go down.
That's the end of Arctics on this planet. Hopefully, he'll think twice about meddling with the DAC in the future.
How gratuitous. I hope you do not expect me to be intimidated.
Kinda do, yeah. Now I finally got a surplus of resources, so I'm cooking now. Got a bunch of stuff sitting here doing nothing. So, attack! Ah, that increased radar range. Gotta love it. Now it's just how long it takes all the units to get where they need to be. So slow. Look at the little medic bringing guys. He's healing this guy who's almost full. Meanwhile, this dude's like, hey, can I get a band-aid? Look at him. Look at him. He's looking at the guy. Can I get a band-aid? What's going on here? A band-aid. Attack. I'm not going to throw this forts away going in there. I'm going to wait till I have everything and just pound them.
Dreadnought launch initiated.
Well, Max, like you're going the wrong way, man. Where are you going? Enemies over here. So, this is a little more like what a game is like, but very easy version of it. It moves fast and slow at the same time. All this looks pretty slow moving, but when you're losing capture points all over the place and getting ganked in your base, and it can end up with quite a bit going on. Alright, let's group all this stuff to one army.
Enemy dreadnought detected.
A super army. Bring it, enemy. I have no fear of you.
We need more logistics.
You got it.
Quantum upgrade installed.
Your dreadnought's about going right there.
Dreadnought launch initiated.
Too many dreadnoughts. Too much awesome.
Enemy dreadnought destroyed. Dreadnought.
Alright, let's finish this. See, this upgrade boosts the entire enemy's damage against dreadnoughts. Pretty cool. I like it. Healing drones. I like it. Death Blossom. Sounds cool. Assault drones. Sounds awesome. Love this stuff. Still got these guys coming up too. Will not need them.
Quantum upgrade.
More radar.
Power capacity increased. Check out Dreadnought launch initiated.
I think I got him. I don't want to get overconfident, but I think I got him. Oh, the humanity. The post-humanity.
That's the end of Ventrix. With any luck, you won't be seeing him again anytime soon.
So what match, what game did I just play? What mission? I can't remember what that was. Claim jumpers and splinters. Okay. So next time, Calethion. Told you, OCD. Folks, absolute pleasure. I'm actually shocked and pleased that some people watched and really enjoyed it. Glad to be back. I'm going to try and do, 2 to 3 nights a week when I'm not traveling for work. And I'm going to get a little bit better at figuring out who's watching so I can recognize you fine folks. I do appreciate it. I stream through Restream to Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch. So whatever's your favorite flavor. I'm an equal opportunity provider. So thanks. Have a great evening. I will see you folks next time.